I don't think you heard.
I appreciate the reminder. Lovely, guys. So just see if you can get that hip nice and high out to the side. Lovely. And 10 on the other side. Then we're going to try and keep it in that sideways plane so it's not moving forward or back. Very nice. Once we're done that, then we're going to do a lateral leg lift. This is going to be a lot stricter, where I want you to keep your hips fully open. So no hinging at the hips, because that will allow you to lift a lot higher. So squeeze those glutes. Make sure that hip is open. And I'm just going to lift my leg, and you'll feel it. You'll feel that your glute medius activated. It'll block you from going any higher. So if I show you from the side with open hips, I get to about there, and I can't actually bring my leg any higher, and I can immediately feel that glute pinch and activate. So 10 slow reps, guys, with a 1 second pause at the top. And again, you can hold on to something here for balance. Lovely. Owen, either you have very, very good movement in your hip, or you're hinging, because I can see that leg coming very high on the side. So squeeze the hips forward, keep them open, and it should be a very low side lift. All right, make sure you can feel this muscle activate. Your feet are in line, guys, so don't bring that foot out in front. Very nice. Controlling up, pausing at the top for 1 second, and slowly bringing it down.
Gotta say, not the easiest thing to do after 180.
Probably not. You guys already have very activated hip muscles. Comfort, that's also very high, so just watch if you're hinging at the hip. All right, ladies and gents, once we're done, again, standing by the wall, we're going to do a couple of hip circles, 5 in each direction. So I'll bring my knee up to hip height, out as wide as I can. Try not to rotate the hips, pulling the knee back behind you and all the way through. So I'm going to do 5 backwards, and then I'm going to reverse the rotation to come forwards. All right. So go for 10 reps, 5 in each direction on one leg, and you'll even feel your supporting leg fatiguing a little bit here. You don't have to be super strict here, but try and move a little bit slowly through the circle. Ten on each leg, guys, so just swap over once you're done. Very nice. Just wait for everyone to finish up. Really good work, guys. We're going to do another little work on our feet before I take you down to the floor. So again, we're getting strict here with our positioning. I really want you to keep those glutes a little bit turned on, and those your 2 front hip bones to face forward, to avoid any twisting or rotating in the hips for this movement. So from a side view, bringing my knee up to hip height, I'm going to open my knee as wide as I can without twisting my hips. So as you can see, I'm just coming to an angled position with that knee and back in again. So I'm going to take a pause and try and just pull it open as wide as I can. From a front view then, it's from here, open, and I'm avoiding twisting on my supporting leg or through my hips. So slow 10 reps here, guys. Take that pause on the outside and then close again. So you probably won't get your knee too wide, and that's totally okay. And again, you can hold on to something for balance if you need. Sorry, I'm really working those hips after a very hippie workout. Very nice, guys. Good control. Watch those hips, keep them nice and forward facing. And then you can take a little rest afterwards. We'll wait for everyone to finish. Super, Jenny. This is like a bar class. Sorry, Owen. Bar being a ballet class. All right, guys, we've got one more here on our feet. We have done this one before, so hopefully some of you will remember it. It's a little bit hard to explain. So I'm going to take my point to my foot, bring it to the side of the inside of my knee. I'm going to open my knee as far as possible. In this position, then I'm going to think about lifting straight back and coming back again, bringing my foot in contact with the back of my knee. So I'm not lifting my foot or rotating my hip. From here, open up, and then I'm going to lift my knee and foot straight back and in again. Straight back and in again. A very small movement, but you feel all those hip muscles all around here really working hard. So try and keep that foot, guys, in line with the back of your knee. If I was to show you from the back, so I find my position. If you watch my foot, it comes straight back and in. So I'm not coming out to the side, just very slightly straight back and in. So we'll go for 10 again on each leg. Same idea with that pause at the top of your position. And you can keep your knee, guys, in that open position. You don't need to close it after each rep. So hold that open position. Lovely, Carly. Very nice. Just working all those hip muscles all around the hip joint, doing a lot of rotation work today. So try not to let the knee swing in and out, guys. Your knee should stay in that same open position. And then you're just thinking about lifting your glute or your hip straight back. Super work. We'll come to a nice stretch now, and then we will start making our way down towards our yoga mat. So last one here, standing, guys. Use the wall whenever you have. We're going to take a standing pigeon stretch. So I'm going to cross my foot just above my knee on my quad. And then from here, holding onto something, sit those hips back and down. Let the knee fall out to the side. You can even apply a little bit of pressure if you want. But you get a really nice stretch right into all those muscles that we've just worked. All right. A little bit of tough work on your supporting leg. But sit those hips back and down as far as you can. Hold on to something with as much pressure as you need. You can lean back with this. Whatever gets you into that best stretch. Owen, do you want me to show you that again? Yeah. So just take your knee or your foot across your opposite leg, just above your knee. And then from there, holding onto something, sit those hips back and down. So you're in this position. Lovely. All right, guys, see if you can hold it for about 45 seconds on each leg.
Then where should you feel it?
Huh?
Where should you feel
the like pigeon stretch? For me, I feel it right here in my upper glute. I know when we do pigeon stretch on the floor, it's more deeper for me. So this one's right into that kind of hip crease. Very nice. Super work. Okay, when we're done, we're going to find our nice wide straddle position here. And just nice and easy, we're going to make our way through 10 good mornings. So nice flat back, push the hips back, allow the shoulders come to hip height, but keep a nice flat back, maybe even a small arch, and back to the top. So just make your way through 10 good mornings here. If you want to widen your legs as you make your way through those 10, you can. Pushing the hips back. Very nice, guys. Stay in your straddle once you've done your 10 reps. And we'll just make our way into a couple of side lunges. So from here, push the hips back. Make sure that bent knee is moving out towards your pinky toe. And you can make your way as low as you can, hitting into your Cossack squat eventually, if you're able to get those hips all the way down. And you guys know by now, if you need to lift the heel, use your hands on the floor as a support. But go through 10 reps and see if you can find your Cossack squat by the last few reps. Carly, try to go a little bit wider with the feet. Good. Remember, you want your hips on the inside of that bent knee at the bottom of your Cossack squat, not kind of sticking out to the side. Super work, guys. Once you're done, shake it off. And good news, we're coming onto our backs on the yoga mat. So you're going to need, it doesn't have to be a yoga block. It can just be a towel or something nice and light. Even a shoe would work that you're going to hold between your knees. So if you can just grab something, towel, yoga block, foam roller, unless it's a very light one. If it's heavy, it might be too heavy. Perfect. And we're going to keep working on that internal and external rotation. So you just watch me first, guys. Lying flat on my back. I'm going to lift my knees above my hips, take my yoga block just between my knees and apply a little bit of inward pressure. From here, I'm going to pull my feet apart as far as I can until you can feel it just in the hip crease. Hold for a second and back in. So out as far as you can. And
did you learn these in your maternity classes?
For 10 reps. I actually didn't, Maria, but they probably it's just a big focus on internal and external. Very nice, guys. So again, that same idea, slow and controlled with the pause at your furthest range with your heels pulled apart. Everything else, head, neck, shoulders can relax on the ground. Lovely, guys. And when you're done, you can just rest for me. Love, so that's internal. We're going to bring it to external. So I'm going to move my yoga block or whatever I'm using between my feet. Squeeze it gently, and then I'm going to pull my knees as wide as I can. Hold for a second, and back to center. It's okay if your feet roll on the object a little bit. That's absolutely fine. Just pull those knees as wide as you can and back in. For anyone that's not a regular to the Friday class, we usually do this particular internal kind of external hip session every 4 weeks. So whether it's something you're enjoying or not, it is good for the hips, good care for the hips.
I was just giving you a hard time. I enjoy when I actually have time to do stretching.
That's good, Mary. So when you're done, guys, you can just come into a diamond position with the soles of your feet, and we're just going to take a little forward fold here. And again, you should get a nice stretch to the outside of your glutes. Think about pushing your chest and chin forward and down. Rather than rounding through my back, I'm going to lean forward as much as I can, reaching my chin out over my toes. So you're trying to lengthen and fold through the spine. You can apply a little pressure downwards on the knees with your elbows if you want. So guys, we're not in a butterfly, so I want you to take those feet about 2 feet distance from your hips. So you have a nice diamond shape with your legs. And then forward you go. Lovely. We're going to hang out here for a minute, guys, and we're going to do those 2 sets of internal and external rotations again. Take some nice deep breaths here. Lovely, T. That's a good idea. You can even pull on that to give yourself a little bit more leverage. All right, guys. So when you're ready, just grab your object again. Lay back onto your back. And we're going to go for 10 internal rotations again. So feet apart, pause for a second, and back in. And you should feel a little bit of light core engagement here as well. Making sure you're breathing through these reps and not holding your breath. Nice and slow, guys. There's no rush. And when you've done your 10, you can take a rest if you need, and then move that object between your feet. And you're going for 10 pull aparts with the knees. Really work to find your end range, guys. When you think you're there, just use those muscles to pull your knees a little bit further apart. Pause and close the legs again. Really nice work, guys. We're going to finish with just a little glute stretch to the side here, and then we'll turn over onto our bellies for our final stretch. So once you're done, guys, staying on your back, just bring one knee over your hip, and you guys know this one. You're going to drop that knee over to the side, and I want you to keep it more glute focused. So wherever that means for you, if that means keeping your shoulder on the ground or going the whole way to your knee, that kind of targets my chest and pec more. So I'm going to keep my back flat and just bring that knee as high as I can. So it's floating, but I'm getting that nice stretch into my glute. Should be nice welcome stretch after all those moving sets and reps. So look to find, guys, the best position for you that you feel it the most in your glutes. Everybody will kind of vary differently, and watch that knee doesn't fall down so far. Keep it pulled up towards your hip line or even a little bit higher, and breathe. Very nice, guys. And swap sides if you haven't already. Nice comfort, even addition of a weight there, that's perfect. Lovely, guys. And for your last one, I'm actually going to leave you on your back here and bring you to your happy baby stretch. So again, I'm going to take my knees wide, bring the soles of my feet to the ceiling. My knees are pushing down to the outside of my body. Take your hands over the arch of your foot and just give a little pressure, pushing your knees down and getting a nice stretch through the inner quad, inner thigh. And if you want to know, we did a couple of kicks. So if you want to try and straighten one leg at a time, just as much as you can, or you can relax here in your happy baby. Guys, we've got 90 seconds here. Lovely. Make sure those heels, guys, are up to the sky. So you want a 90-degree bend in your knees if you can. There you are, Mears. Pull those feet up higher.